with that, away we go. Oh, boy. Fucking our Discord has issues.
What the fuck is...
Okay, so let us go. Let us be free.
No, Twitch, why are you not muted?
Is Twitch alright? Is
Twitch
the video
is fine. It keeps on muting itself. I don't know why.
Mine does that too.
How's the stream health going? Because it's displaying 1 bit rate out of 1 for me.
At the moment, it sounds stable.
Well, that sounds good.
I mean, it sounds fine.
I mean, I could turn it on as background noise, but... Oh dear. Oh, C8's not seeing the stream, apparently.
Oh no. Is it just loading for you? Is it only loading for Max?
No, wait, I just got it. I got it back.
Oh no. Sneaky. Has the opposite happened? Are we now directly tunneling to the exclusion of all else?
Well, I shouldn't be because Hamachi's off, so... I don't know.
The part is they can't hear any of this.
Can they though? I guess we'll find out in the post.
Well, it's streaming for me. Yeah, everything's coming in just fine.
Yeah. Refresh, Doomcough.
Hey, the OSIC guy's here.
Oh shit. Oh, Aussie, what up?
Aussie, is that what we call him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, well, now a race war is starting in our Discord, so let's just go.
What?
No. No, that's not what's... I hope that's not what's happening.
That better not be what's happening.
They could at least move it to memes and shitposts or news, debates, and controversy.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Three-headed dog. Version dose. Earth 2186. The crucible is used with extreme prejudice. Earth bet 2011. Everything goes horribly wrong.
Sneaky, I think you forgot to take the overlay off.
No, I didn't. Everything goes horribly wrong when the Administrator Shard tries to connect with one Taylor Hebert. For Earth, nothing will be the same. Now, this story, 8 chapters, 17k words. So that's like 2k word chapters. And it's taken them a whole year to get to this point. Taken them a whole year to write a single chapter of ours, Max.
To be fair, it takes us a year to write a whole chapter. Sometimes two.
No, whoa, no. Back when we were first posting our story, it took us about 2 days to write a chapter.
Isley, you are 100% correct.
2 weeks to 2 months-ish. But, yeah.
Anyway, isn't everything goes horribly wrong the tagline for Worm? Yeah, more or less. Author's note. A friend warning. Thing get graphic at one point. And important warning. The majority of first arc jump from POV to POV and revolve around one key event. And all the character reaction to that event. Things will normalize to a more classical Taylor Pav during the last chapter and second arc. Music suggestions. Play the following songs during the reading of this chapter. Mass Effect 3, Catalyst Wake Up, original soundtrack, extended version, 1 hour loop version.
Huh. You know, sometimes I've seen this in a few stories. For the well-written ones, it's nice that they're like, "Hey, here's the track. Here's the soundtrack I specifically
No,
listened to."
no, no. Now,
But
I am a
I
little bit more tolerant of how the author's done it here, where it's in the author's note. Here's some songs you should listen to,
yeah, no,
maybe in
that's
order.
what I'm
Yeah,
specifically talking about.
but
Like one of the best.
I've seen other
What
stories
was
do
it?
it in the middle, like
Oh,
paragraph line break.
we've covered one of
Linkin
those
Park
stories.
crawling in my
Oh,
skin
we've
plays.
covered many of those stories and
Yeah,
told
we've
them
covered at
exactly
least
what we
one or
think.
two of those. I don't know how many because I'm only here for half the podcasts usually. A third. I'm here for or is it a quarter? I'm here for some unspecified amount of podcasts. So there's a lot of shit I miss.
Yes. But anyway.
Oh,
Point being,
Pedro, you're not getting an update to that Ruby shit post probably because Volume
Ooh.
6 has killed any interest I had in this fucking series.
Yeah, no, Volume 6 has done a number on us. Which, speaking of, I'm trying to get these two knuckleheads to sit down and do a why Ruby is bad but not for the reasons you think video. And, like, actually produce actual content that isn't just us shouting at podcasts. Or people watching a podcast.
Calvin, there is nothing wrong with letting people know about the background music that you might have listened to. It's just it should be done in an author's note, not in the middle of like say an action scene because I've seen that. Like I've seen, hey, listen to this track, get to the climax of the action scene. Now this track,
Yeah.
continue action scene. It's not very well done.
No.
The best way to do it is what this author did, which is stick it in the beginning author's
I
note.
mean, not only that, it's also a reflection on your inability to write. Personally, I feel if you stick it like in the middle, if you feel like your action scene only works if specific music is playing, you are failing as an author. That's my personal opinion.
That's, that sounds like a good idea as soon as Max 2.0 gets a decent mic.
Oh, fucking the shade has been thrown. The shade has been thrown.
It's not really shade. The mic sucks, and I'm aware of that.
I know.
It's not really
Also,
shade.
Pedro, it's not the
Is-
mic, it's his computer.
Yeah, we've figured it out. We're pretty sure it's his computer for some reason fucking up. I personally sent Atin no less than 2 mics at this point.
I mean, I can
And I've
always take a look at.
bought 2 on my own.
I can always take a look at his drivers. I mean, I
promise you, it's
We've-
not the drivers. I've consistently
done-
checked to make sure the drivers
We've
are up
done
to date.
that. Yeah, no, I helped
It
with
is
that through
something
TeamViewer
with the.
too.
It is something physically wrong with the computer.
Yeah. All right. Let's get going then.
The other not sneaky was Max. Yeah, that narrows it down a lot
That
there, Isley.
narrows it down a lot.
I thought the other not sneaky. Which other not sneaky?
Anyway, point being, you're a hack of an author if you think music is needed to make your action scene better. Now, to be fair, music can make action scenes better. I'm looking at anime and every other visual medium. But if your writing needs music to make it better, you should probably improve your writing and stop searching on YouTube for the best soundtrack to go to your fight scene. Just, putting that out there.
Well, on the other hand, I've seen 2 fics where the action scenes were written so well. It's like, okay, author, you might have a little too much time on your hands to have written a good action scene and found the perfect music for it.
This is also a fair point.
So,
In my fanfic, I have one
yeah,
scene in which
flawless
I think,
pronunciation
thank
there,
you.
Sneaky.
I'm taking German now, actually.
I bet you're passing
Pity
with
the German
flying
people.
colors.
I'm not really. I have one scene in which I think thinks the music is critical. I said where music could be found and from blah blah blah. If that's okay too. I really just don't like the idea of it. I heavily dislike the idea of accompanying music. Later dash lane.
I'm not bothered by it. I just think it should be done in the author's notes and not in
Yeah.
the middle of the story.
I personally agree with Sneaky. I don't think it has any place.
I am a heavy proponent of consistency and flow.
Yeah.
And
like I said, honestly, the best way I've seen it is the author's is like, hey guys, this is the playlist I happen to be listening to while I was writing this for like
Yeah.
3 hours.
Angel with the shotgun! Oh, only Max gets that joke.
Motherfucker. I barely even remember the context anymore. Was that one of the rare 5 a.m. sessions?
No, that was the 90s power hour we did when we played
God.
Dark Souls. And for some
Why was
reason,
that in there?
For some reason, Night Court Angel with a shotgun was in there.
Yeah, I remember now, and we're both just like, wait, why is this in here? Because I think that's right. I was looking at the list, and I'm like, Sneaky, what? Why is this song in here? Did you check this list? No, what's in there? Angel with a shotgun. What?
Oh.
Ugh.
Anyway, let's get into it. Chapter 1. The stars. They look warm and inviting. Waiting for us, isn't it? The voice of a man said softly right next to my ear. I could barely understand his words as my mind tried and failed to properly wake up. Places to be explored. Knowledge to be had. Riches to be made. I felt his breath on my neck, making my
I'm sorry,
body...
did you say bitches or riches?
Yes.
He said riches.
Okay.
However, I
Just
thought
making. Just,
I thought I thought I heard what you thought you heard too, Max.
okay, just making sure.
Shiver with fear as the weight of slumber on my eyelids kept them shut. But we will not always be welcome. Those who came before may not be willing to share. It is the way of things. It is. Inevitable. What was happening? I remember waking up, breakfast, going to school, then nothing. What happened? Did I get kidnapped? Dark times are coming. This is something out there to protect humanity against. I felt so cold. I didn't know if it was because of my situation, what he said, or just the surrounding temperature. I felt so cold. Battling against the drowsiness, I slowly managed to move my lips, and a half-formed word slipped out. What? There was silence. For a second. For an eternity. What the fuck, Isley?
What did Isley do?
God damn it, Isley.
No, see, I was just reading it as the author was writing it with an excessive amount of periods and commas. He finally said softly just before the pain hit me. I couldn't even scream when it did. My brain felt on fire as something pushed, crawled, and gnawed at it from the inside out. I saw my numb body fell forward,
Oh, there's a fucking crack fix for
spasming
you.
and foaming, when every nerve in my body transformed into a high-voltage cable that burned from the inside. I couldn't feel anything. I couldn't move. I couldn't hear, speak, or even think.
More importantly, I
pain,
couldn't even drop kick
and
them.
pain was I.
Pain is your life.
I don't know how long I was unconscious, but the sudden rush of warm water entering my mouth and nose woke me up from instantly. Heart beating madly in my chest. In my panic, I flayed my arms around in an attempt to swim, trying to find the surface and get some much needed air, but The warm water.
What you say?
fridge
Calvin makes an excellent point. I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that. And everything was pain, but boy, could I remember it all.
Everything is pain, but I am now going to precisely describe every little bit of it.
Calvin, don't you dare look at Isley's degeneracy.
I mean, Sisters of Battle are pretty close, at least.
Oh dear.
I mean, they're not, but they're about as close as you get.
I mean, they're as close as normal people can get anyway.
I mean, they're enhanced enough to use power armor, basically.
No, they use unenhanced power armor, just like nobles, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But let me phrase that. They're no more augmented than any other person in the Imperium.
Okay, that's fair. The Imperium does like its augmentation.
But yeah, no, in the, I think it's, the latest books with the Primaris Marine, they're just like, yeah, the Sisters of Battle don't use, like, they use unaugmented power armor. Which actually technically makes them way more badass.
I really want Rip and Tear to update. It's a Doom Warhammer 40k cross.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
In which the Doom Marine ends up on, I think it was not Cadia, but ends up with the Cadia regiment during a Chaos invasion.
Oh, that's disappointing. I would have liked for him to actually be on Cadia. Just looks up at the Eye of Terror, points a finger at it.
Eye of Terror is frightened.
The Eye of Terror snapshot.
But no, and then the Salamanders show up. And then the Inquisition shows up. It's good. It's a really good story. It updates so slowly, though.
Everything was fine. Until the Inquisition showed up.
They thought he was a scout marine for a while, and then he ate a demon soul. And everyone was like,
That's not normal.
I'm sorry, Sneaky. All I can think of the Inquisitor is the Inquisitor going, that's the Purgeon.
Let's see, oh yeah, and then he beat a champion of Khorne to death. With his fists. And everyone was kind of just standing there like, Jesus fuck. By the Emperor.
Oh, is it on Space Battles?
Yeah.
God damn it, I can't read it.
I know. You know that all those titles you name drop now tell me as much as if I name drop Star Trek names towards True Sneaky Devil. Oh, okay, good. That's directed at Isaac. Sisters of Battle have always used normal power armor, blah blah blah. Have I read Dodging Prisons and Stealing Witches, a new chapter yet? Yes, I have. Going into Dodging Prisons and Stealing Witches, I expected to heavily hate it because it was a wrong boy who lives story with time travel. And he meets fate and death in the first chapter. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be shit, it's gonna be stupid and dumb. And then it wasn't, and I was like, okay. I thought I was gonna hate this. But I didn't. He's got really good pacing. I can't really say much on the plot, as the plot's, well, it's always going to be a little bit contrived when it comes to Wrong Boy Who Lived and time travel. But he is handling both of those tropes quite well. No, it is honestly a surprisingly good story. Just like I was surprisingly enjoyed a Subnautica story, and I surprisingly enjoyed a Undertale story. I'll drop both of them after the podcast is over. And yes, Calvin, sneezing is involved. Anyway, so Taylor is spasming on the ground, and really shit SFX are occurring. And she's got a perfect recollection of everything, but she's terrified and panicking and spasming, and pain is everything, and she's underwater, but she's not underwater. And then she hauls herself out of the not underwater, and then she's pain again, and now she's in a nightmare, but she's really, really sad. But she has to run, but she can't run, but she's terrified of running. And now she's running, and everything is shaking apart, and she's whining, and then she freezes, and then she beholds the abyss, and blah 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 blah. They are giant cuttlefish. They're more terrifying than the sight of three Endbringers combined. Blah blah blah. Mechanical nightmares. Blah blah blah. It couldn't be here. It couldn't be here. It couldn't be here. I repeated this to myself as it faced me. Oh my god, it's a Reaper. Blah blah blah. The machine reoriented itself to me. It looked at me. I was a mere insect gripped in its mind. Reaper, a label created by blah blah blah. Irrelevant. Okay, just ripping that line straight from Mass Effect. Booming, crushing, powerful emotions, devoid of emotions. Its voice is blah blah blah. Armored footsteps. Blah blah blah. A body born at the end of a long evolution in another world, a world where the star would shine strongly. It's a Krogan. Sorry, just kidding. It's Saren.
That would have been far more interesting.
You have no idea what stands before you. The words were spat in my face. My presence is an insult. You are out of your depth. Blah blah. Older. Blah 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 blah. Yet I knew that voice. It was the same voice that spoke to me at the start, and it was also mine. Question mark? Blah blah blah. Reaper stuff. You are bacteria, germs. Saren dismissed with a wave of his hand, walking out of my vision. So this is Taylor, but this is also Shepard. But Shepard's first name is Taylor? Question mark.
I don't know. I'm confused.
Yes, Shaky Camera-chan is in fact our protagonist. What the fuck's going on here in our chat here? An actually decent Undertale story. Yeah, no, it was really good, actually. I was surprised myself. And it's completed. Like, that's the biggest shocker of it all. It's a finished Undertale story that was really good. Taylor's the god. Guys.
Oh boy.
If we work with the Reapers, if we make ourselves useful, my goal is to save humanity. Blah blah blah, generic Reaper quotes. Blah blah blah, basically the ending of Mass Effect 3. Blah blah Saren stuff. Blah blah Reaper stuff. Blah blah. This is a really crappily described trippy scene in which apparently the main character, which we still don't know which universe they're from, is having a hallucination in which people approach them and say stuff to them. We must fuse. We must fuse. The young child stroked my face. We must fuse. I mean, that's not what it actually says, but I'm just skipping over it all. Blah blah blah, we're more advanced than you. Blah blah blah, there was lust. Blah blah, we are legion. Blah blah, to Geth. Blah blah, idealism. Or blah blah blah, we're returning. We're gonna eat everything. Blah blah blah, I'm drowning again. My lungs are screaming. Blood is everywhere. Blah blah blah, control us, you blah 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 blah. I believe in them, blah blah, control, blah blah blah, annihilation, blah blah blah, fusion, blah 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 blah, trippy hallucination, blah blah blah. I saw war, and war never changes. Just kidding, it wasn't that good. It was just I saw war. Blah 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 reapers, blah 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 laser beam reapers, only the harvest. There is no war,
That
only
sounds
the
horrifying.
harvest. Blah 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 hallucination, blah 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 hallucination, blah blah. I grasped it and in return it grasped back.
Oh
Blah,
god,
blah.
not one of these stupid things.
Blah 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 blah. You must break the cycle, Shepherd. Blah blah. Hope. True rebirth. Blah 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 blah.
Blah
There
blah
is
blah.
hope,
Go
Jack.
have sex with a robot. That's
Blah
what it is.
blah blah. Mom, I'm sorry. I love you. Shepherd is right. Humanity must do its part. Blah blah. Help me repel the reapers. There is hope, Jack. Stop thinking and feel. I love you, little owl. Wait, what the fuck?
What the fuck is this?
Wait, is this supposed to be Taylor or Shepherd?
This is dumb.
I am me. Blah 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 blah. I spat back. I would no longer be cowed. Blah blah. I'm stabbing Tim. Blah blah blah. The Reaper's stabbing my brain. I lost one of my eyes. Shepherd shows up. Don't let them win, Taylor. Don't let them control you. Break their hold. What? What the fuck is even happening anymore? So this is supposed to be Taylor, who is having all of these Shepherd memories, and then Shepherd shows up and is like, Taylor, resist them.
Oh,
Yes, of course. How could we be silly?
Blah blah. You exist because we allow. You're just gonna rip off every single Reaper quote? Okay.
I believe they are.
Blah 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 blah. I will not die. I will not be enslaved. I will fight you to the end. Blah blah blah. And then the upswell of humanity surrounded me, and we became more powerful, and we're now fighting together against the Reapers. And we will fight, and we will sacrifice, and we will find a way because that's humans do.
You know, for a second I thought the story was giving me goosebumps from how bad it was, but it's just cold in my room.
Yeah. Hello, Jorp. Anyway. So,
Come
that's
on,
why-
Russia, hurry up and start World War III so we don't have to do this show.
Yeah, I know, right? So that was version 2. I would like to remind everyone here, that is version 2 rewrite 2. This person
Could you
has
not-
rewritten this story at minimum 3 times now.
Cool. Why?
Yeah. Have we ever figured out why it's called Goosebumps? Probably because it looks like a plucked goose. Anyway, no. No.
What?
No, we're not doing, we are not doing this, guys.
Oh, yes, we are. You just picked it.
No,
What are we
they
doing?
fucking linked it to me earlier.
Oh. Look at the
Who's
stream,
doing-
Max.
I can't. It's loading.
Bernie Magica. Yeah, it's a Puella Magica Madoka Bernie Sanders crossover.
Wait, we need to get Nosehair in here. He actually likes Madoka.
I'm not reading this, and you can't make me unless you pay me money.
Quick, guys, pay him!
Oh, we already covered this. Okay. Good, thank God. What is this cover?
Oh,
That's
Sneaky,
some
they took-
MS Paint.
Fucking Christ. Sneaky, they
No.
took away the ability again for me to change the fucking video quality.
Apparently that's because I don't have enough subs to keep it going. I don't know, man. I need more subs, apparently.
What the fuck? I could just do it last week. What the hell, Twitch? The fuck is this constantly
You
moving
voiced Bunny
goalpost
Cat?
horse shit?
I don't know what that is. I mean, there's also the Twitch donation system. I'll accept the Patreon, though. Don't get me wrong. Anyway, so we're actually not going to read this story because this is apparently already in the covered fix section.
that's
I've never
good.
watched Madoka, so I wouldn't know, Calvin. So this is a colored pencil drawing, it appears, of a yellow-haired Naruto that has red-tipped highlights, wields the Kurioro, whatever the fuck you call it.
What was it? The neck cleaver or some shit? Wasn't
Yeah.
that what? It was
The big
iron
knife
something,
sword.
wasn't it? Yeah, he's got his opposite
That
thing.
was the most orcish thing I've heard you say in a while, Sneaky.
Big knife sword?
Yeah.
No, it's literally called like the big decapitating knife cleaver or some shit like that. It's
I'm
directly translated.
aware.
And apparently he also has a super thin katana that looks like it's from Bleach. Yeah, that looks like Ichigo's katana. And apparently he wears a Dias. And if his
Wait.
mouth is to be believed, he has fangs.
Is Naruto about to start Slav squatting?
Yeah, he's about to Slav squat on your neck and suck out your blood.
Truly, he can be great friends with Shikamaru now. Slav squat brothers.
Sweet Jesus Christ. Wait, why is
Ooh,
Gaia
wall
here?
to text.
What the fuck?
Go back.
Wait,
Come on, Sneaky.
Oh no!
Wait,
Oh!
Come on,
sorry.
we gotta read this.
Who's
I'm
here? What's
not
going
reading
on?
this. We read this already. I am not subjecting myself to this again.
Wait, what's the problem?
Gaia showed up.
What do you mean Gaia showed up?
In the Naruto story, Gaia, the spirit of the world, showed up to tell Naruto that she misses him.
What?
Tension. It is literally in the panels down below. It is the giant Patreon icon.
With misspelled Patreon,
Patreon.
Yeah.
which Sneaky refuses to fix.
Yes. Kukiri Bocho Mocho.
Hang on. Kubi Kiri Bocho.
Okay.
Fuck, I forgot. God, fuck you, Zabza.
Anyway.
It's like you couldn't just call it a stabber like a normal person.
This is my status stick!
It's not a stabber. It's like this is my stick. It's made of metal. Yeah, what about it?
You think that stops it from being a stick?
We're gonna have some Inception here right now. Right here. You scroll down. Is right here. The big old link. Right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Can't believe we're doing this.
I can't scroll down. I'm on my
wait,
phone.
I'm sorry.
Oh
Hang
my
on.
god, you piece of shit.
Did your Patreon say that you're creating kick-ass fan fiction?
No, I'm supporting a guy every month
Okay.
that has kick-ass fanfiction. Which, to be fair,
Okay.
every month he outputs around 90k words. So
What?
yeah.
Why isn't he writing for? Why isn't he just publishing actual work? Fuck people like that.
Yeah.
Give me your talent. I want it.
Right? He gets quite a bit of money though.
I bet he does.
Anyway,
You can
so,
keep up that kind of word count. Like even if it's like, oh, this month I was only able to churn out 50,000. That's still half a book.
I feel like we've covered this story before. Isley, sit rep. Analysis. Have we covered Scarecrow of Vacuo before?
I'm almost positive we've covered that one.
I feel like we have. Cover it again.
It was just recently linked in the fanfiction chat, I believe.
We covered it around 7 months ago. Harry Potter times Sienna.
Maybe we haven't. Well, I wasn't here for it if you guys did.
We only made it about halfway through. That is probably true. That is probably true.
Oh god.
Anyway, I guess we're reading it again because it wasn't in the covered fic section.
This is your fault.
I hate you.
I guess it was. Wait.
Wait, what? What are you doing?
I thought maybe that the author had deleted it, but no. We don't have any favorites besides this one.
Wait, what's going on?
Apparently, we're all having moments of a future past site in which we all thought we covered a fic that was just posted 5 days ago.
No, we've covered this. I know we have.
Oh god, is this like that time that we had the PMs and the reviews that we thought we had, but when we checked them, we didn't have them anymore?
No, it happened. I am not hallucinating. I am not insane.
Guys, I just mentioned this was literally linked, I think, 2 days ago in the fanfiction section of the server.
I'm almost positive we covered. I know it was, Max. I picked it up from there. And what I'm saying is that I'm almost positive I've covered this fic before.
No, if we did, I'm pretty sure it was a Naruto crossover, and it was something of Veil, I thought.
Why does Twitch say I have messages?
So Scarecrow of Vacuo was linked Sunday, 2 days ago, in 9K. I don't recall ever looking at this before. But as I said, I've been here for an indeterminate amount of podcasts because I have a life outside of you. What?
And I think we might have a timeline issue.
We've gone mad.
We've gone too far with the meme magic. We reached depths we weren't supposed to go.
What are you talking about?
Berenstein Bears, Max. I'm talking about the Berenstein Bears.
No, I think you both are just crazy in this instance.
Max, we can't both be wrong. We am too smart for that.
You
Yes,
have both
Grace,
been
yes.
wrong, and I have backed up
Thank you,
your
guys.
wrongness with actual chat logs.
Yeah, Max, well, where's the chat logs? Huh?
For this, 2 days ago, Sunday. At least for this.
No, but Max, I never read anything from our server because I'm lazy.
Yeah, okay, here's the problem, guys. If you covered this fic, it would have had to have been long before Sneaky started linking them in the Discord.
Yes.
Which means that I would have to dig through literally 100 episodes.
Yeah.
We're not asking you to.
We're not asking you to dig through episodes, Max. All I'm saying is I felt like we've discovered this fic before, but we couldn't have because it was only posted 5 days ago, and I have no record of ever recording this fic before. But I definitely feel like we've covered this fic before. And Isley thinks we covered this fic before, and Atin thinks we covered this fic before.
Now, while it's possible we're all wrong, because I will readily admit to the fact that I am wrong a lot, I don't think I am.
I'm
In
willing
this
to
particular instance.
I am willing to bet that it was a Ruby crossover of some kind where someone was nicknamed Scarecrow. But I very much doubt you guys remember this one.
Google, do you have answers for me? Is there any other fic by this name? Vacuum Scarecrow, a dusty old Scarecrow?
Take a look at what it is. Naruto Ruby.
Yeah.
Like I said, I thought it was a Naruto Ruby one that we covered with that.
No, at least if we did, it's not in the favorite section. Okay, anyway, let's keep going. Way back! Where the fuck do I donate? Well, you can buy Twitch Bucks and send the Twitch Bucks to me. Or you can go on the Patreon and click a Patreon level. We went too far when we memed the president into office. We dug too deeply, unearthed things that should have never been awakened. Anyway, this is Scarecrow of Vacuo. The headmaster of Shade Academy was renowned across all Remnant for his accomplishments, and some admired him for it, while others hated what he had built. But who was he really? Read this story to find out. Adventure Supernatural, Harry Potter times Sienna Khan, and Emerald is there for some reason. 2 chapters, 7,000 words, 25 reviews, 230 favorites. In the span of 3 days. Jesus fuck. 3 days. I feel inadequate now. Oh, I'm not the only one! I am not the only... Brachiosaurus! Is this a repost?
We haven't gone mad. We haven't gone mad! Yet.
Whoa! Deja vu! We aren't the only people! We aren't the only people! Why is this being posted again? Yes! We're not crazy!
You are so happy.
Because we were right! And more importantly, we weren't crazy! Max, you gotta understand, with how bad our memory is, when we find out that we were right, it's incredibly happy. It's an incredibly happy moment for us.
Let's see.
Why is there Warhammer 40k Monopoly?
I'd still like to know when you guys would cover this, because like I said, like
Oh,
there's
hey.
only one existence of it on the Discord, and how long has this Discord been running? Fuck, how long have you been running this Discord?
Probably a couple of months after we started the show.
Year and a half?
My first post ever was 8/26/2017, so year and a fourth.
Okay. Cause if this you know what? Oh boy. This is gonna take a bit. It's gonna take so much scrolling. I just do that. Yeah. Just gonna let that scroll forever. Anyways, you should keep reading.
Yeah. So this is a Fate Stay Night Familiar of Zero crossover.
Oh, no, those are always. I mean, everything on the show is terrible. However,
It was one of the recommendations for this podcast. Was this you? Because I picked this up back in Pedro, C8. I picked this story back up in December of last year.
There's an old one.
Quick question: what do we think of the Bumblebee film and the new Carmen Sandiego show? You are speaking words to me, Calvin, and they're all going over my head.
Yo, wait, there's the new Carmen Sandiego show?
oh, please be good.
For the love of Christ, please.
For those without, why would you do something with that much uncertainty? End quote. The world asked. Simple. End quote. Begin quote. Because someone out there is calling for my help. End quote. For those without help, he would always provide them. There was no need for reason nor reward. That was his lifestyle. He knew it wouldn't be changing anytime soon. Karna's journey in Halagankia under a certain pink-haired girl was starting. Who the fuck is Karna?
Karna is a lancer, shows up in Fate Apocrypha, is the son of one of the sun gods in Mesopotamian culture, I believe.
He is far and away, I think, probably the most
So why is he
powerful-
acting like Shiro?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. But I think he might actually be the most powerful Lancer.
It's a possibility.
Like-
People are saying.
Okay. Alright.
Forward!
Go
So
stupid.
I've finally grabbed my lazy buttocks and started doing something I've always wanted. Writing fanfiction. The idea that a specific character gets summoned into the world of Halagankia is an extremely overused trope. It's the theme of the show. No shit, it's an overused trope. But it's loved for a reason. It's simply existing. Not to mention 95% of these Fate Z&T crossovers seem to bring up good old Shiro, both versions of them, and it's getting slightly old. Unlimited Blade Works is fine and all, but sometimes you want something new, you know? There's a lot of heroic spirits in the Fate universe, and it'd be a shame not to give the others a chance. So, from here, I support friend Merlin. Present to you my first fanfiction. For those without. Now, let us see how the great hero of charity will fare in Halagankia.
Here's the problem with this. Just in general, putting Fate in Familiar of Zero, unless you give them a truly garbage heroic spirit, they will raffle stop the entire continent.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
like, the whole reason why putting Shiro in there makes it even, like, passably interesting is because Shiro wants to help everyone, and he's one of the main characters that everyone knows, so you attract the largest audience. And you get to play with pretty much any noble phantasm in existence because Shiro's lore is he's basically seen them all.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. Hey. So Sneaky. You and Atin might still be crazy.
oh,
So I dug around, and you first started posting links to the Discord properly October 31st. Uh, the episode that Sienna showed up first was premiered October 24th, and then released to the public October 27th.
what was?
So, the episode that Sienna, because it's a Sienna Harry Potter fic for the previous thing.
Right.
You might still be insane, or it's a rewrite with a change to the casting, and that. But I've narrowed it down to only 2 episodes I actually have to watch through if I want to commit to calling you insane.
Alright.
Just gotta find them. Why doesn't Discord have timestamps for past messages? That bothers me.
I don't know. And blah 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 blah. Anyway. The Tristan Academy of Magic was a celebrated educational institution. It is among the most esteemed in raising young nobles into outstanding magic users as well as leaders. For those to have magic is to be nobility and vice versa. For those without magic will always need help from those who have magic, and many mages learn how to properly wield their powers for the sake of their people, which they will eventually lead as Tristan's esteemed nobility. So, what does that say about me, I wonder? Louise thought gloomily, sitting on her luxurious bed. Louise Francois de la Blanc de Valley, was not in the best of moods. She was yet
That
again...
was unnecessary, author. Fuck.
And no biking?
Oh, thanks here.
She
Cool.
was yet again reviled by her arch nemesis, Kirch von Zerbest, today. They simply had met during their way to their lessons. She was ignoring the shameless cow on purpose, but she dropped this on her. Hey, Louise, you got any plans for tomorrow's springtime familiar summoning ritual? Question mark. I heard if you fail, you can't stay in this school anymore. Shouldn't you be packing up your things and preparing your glorious return to the Valerie estate? It's been an honor knowing you, Louise, Percy said, smirking. The entire hall roared with laughter. Damn her. Yet, as it pains her to admit, she knew every spell she attempted ended in failure, and for all her time here, all colleagues had already figured out their primary element. And some, like that infuriating Zubist, had gotten themselves to a higher level, such as lines and triangles. Hey! Attention! It only took you literally 45 minutes.
At least he still showed up.
I would say they did get there.
Yes! You are now number 1, Tension. I salute ye. Thank you for the $1. Whoa! I am not so cheaply bought, thank you very much. I appreciate the $1. I am not some bum on the street.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I have a house.
I've seen the way you dress. You're absolutely a bum on the street.
Yeah, Twitch bucks operate on a 1-to-1 scale, so 1 bit equals 1 cent, and 100 cents equals $1. So 100 bits equals $1. I'm a bum on the stream. No, if anyone's a bum on this stream, it's Atin. Always whoring himself out.
Hold on, what? You seem to be confusing bum with prostitute.
There's a difference?
Yes. One of them you might actually pay.
The bum. Because, you know, get rid of the prostitute.
Whatever, Archer.
Now go read the Bernie fic. We gave you money. Well, like Bernie, I must say, donate more.
Go read the damn story.
Thank you for volunteering.
Really, you want me, with my mic quality, to read the whole story?
Absolutely.
I can't do that to our fans. Besides, they paid you, not me.
Yes. I know.
Specifically you.
And like Bernie, I am socializing it to you.
Well, in that case, I'm socializing it to Nose Hair. And if he doesn't show up, we'll have to throw him in the gulag and let the fans kill him.
Exactly. Let's see, blah 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 blah. Yet here she was, not having cast a single spell. Actually, Louise casts a lot of spells. They just all explode. There is a difference. Just because your spell turns into a highly volatile explosion doesn't mean you didn't cast a spell. It just means it's a highly volatile explosion. Now there's a fic that everyone needs to write/read. Megumin meets Luis.
I mean, Megami would be like, I mean, you do magic perfectly. Everything you do causes explosions.
Megumin would worship Luis. Possible.
Oh god, Sneaky. All I can think of now is you're playing D&D, you go to cast a heal, crit fail, explosion. Lay on head!
No, Atin, it's clearly crit fail, bleed effect.
No, but that's what I'm just saying. Like, you just explode. Oh god, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
That's horrible.
Actually. Anyway, when she tried the same, they simply exploded. Boom. See, I really don't understand this here. Other people can float, transfigure, and cast fire. All I do is cause highly destructive and lethal explosions. Wah. What's the problem? Have you ever considered your element is explosion? It's not like she didn't try hard. She always had top marks, and she was proud of it. She would have been picked up by the Tristanian military. She really should have been, I know, right? Alright, later, Calvin.
Come to think of it, how did the military not hear about the mage who just who can consistently cast horribly dangerous explosions?
I know, right?
And think about it, she'd be the perfect stealth operator too. Well, for a given value of stealth, because you could walk into the enemy encampment and pretend to be like, okay, I'm gonna go heal your... Oops, I blew up the medical tent.
I mean, considering that she cast
Sounds like a
long-range
war crime and a
explosions-
half.
They don't have the Geneva Convention. Can't be a war crime if it isn't against the law.
Can't be a war crime if war crimes aren't a thing.
I think they were, though. Like, This is during a time when Ward still technically had rules. Remember? Because they talked about how, wow, that is unfair fighting. Oh, fuck. Oh, well, that was a fuck up.
No, I don't remember any of that. It's been a long time.
I would say I don't remember that, but I could easily be wrong.
Oh, great founder premiere! Everything was explosions. She prayed. Blah blah blah, I want a familiar. Blah blah blah, I want something. I want something that makes me not a failure. Blah blah blah. Throughout the history of Gaia, the home planet of humanity, there have been many cases of extraordinary individuals who stood over the rest. Some wished to save humanity, some wished to wipe them out. However, all of them, without exception, approved of humanity. They embraced humanity's nature, regardless of the positives or negative aspects. These individuals and their extraordinary deeds would naturally be passed down among others. So their tall tales scribed history and ancient legends. Their bodies may have rotted away long ago, but their wills still continue. And their souls are called heroic spirits. And such souls are too precious to be whisked away to the many variants of afterlife which preside within the phantasmal lands beyond normal recognition. Through the humanity's collective wishes, or Alea as sometimes called, they are stored within a specific existence displaced from time and space. This place is known as the Throne of Heroes, where the human race's strongest and smartest are brought together to save humanity in times of crisis. It is the closest notion the world has to a Valhalla. Heroes exceeding space and time, gathering together in preparation to do the ultimate deed. Now I want to play Skyrim. The premise sounds extremely thrilling, but the truth was not as glorious. The truth lies the throne is a simply giant storage space where it stores preserved souls of the mighty. From both history and mythology, all souls transcend simple notions such as time and space and are kept until they are needed by the Alea to be used before being stored indefinitely again. There are no clashes of swords between King Arthur and Saladin. No revolver duels.
Saladin.
Saladin. Between Billy the Kid and Francis Drake, and no philosophy discussions between Confucius and Aristotle. There is simply silence. Each soul is displaced within its own world made from the heroic spirit's memories and dreams. This is natural, of course. Storage space does not wish for interaction between data. Its purpose is to conserve them as precisely as it can and then not mix them up.
So what I'm hearing is the throne is a boring basic bitch.
The throne is literally Supernatural's heaven.
Oh, that's so lame. Oh, here, everybody gets a room and it's happy. Okay, but
yeah,
why can't I have...
go to the fridge, there's always a beer, and whenever I sit down at the TV, it's always my favorite show on.
And you can never remember any of it so that you don't get caught in the endless loop of sadness, because that wouldn't be optimal.
Exactly.
Okay, but what if my perfect version of heaven involves having all of my friends' heavens connect to mine? And congratulations, I've ruined it.
No, it's just I decided to look at the rest of the Discord while you were ranting, and
What have they done?
Nasu vs. Karna is the strongest and whitest Indian boy to exist. Okay.
He's not Indian, though. He's supposed to be a god. Son of a god.
Well, we can always... no, he's dead. Wait, is Kelm even here? Oh no, Kelm left. How about that?
Oh.
Oh no, he's still here.
Wait, the show or the server?
I thought he left the server. I was like, oh no, is he killed? And then he wasn't killed. He was just offline. Karna is
then.
supposed to be Indian from the Mahabharata. Yeah, remember we brought Kilman last time? We had Karna show up, and he was, like, really ranty about it, because he, like, was disgusted by this author's complete ineptitude of understanding of either the Fate version of Karna or the real version of Karna, and by real version we mean the, storybook one.
No, I don't think I was here for what the.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, I don't think I was here for that.
Yeah. So, TLDR, the author's dumb. Naziverse is also dumb.
Well, we know this.
Blah blah blah, cryosleep, blah blah blah, memories, blah blah blah, throne. He was called by someone who needed him. He fought against worthy rivals. He acted upon his fullest as he always did. He was sated. To him, enough. Was it? He didn't know. Was it enough? He didn't know. Was it enough? Would he ever be granted a chance at life again? Would he take it? How would he live it? Again, he had no such answers to these sudden questions he was suddenly questioning himself with. However, if a chance was ever presented to him to just live a normal life, would he take it? I wonder what's about to happen. Anyway.
I don't know, Sneaky. You should tell me.
I think the day is bleak, and that Luis was sad.
Yes, of course.
Yes. And blah blah blah. All the familiars were summoned already. And blah blah blah. Balding teacher. And Miss Valerie, summon your familiar. I am ready, Professor. Very well began, Professor. Bye, Luis. Shut up, Gucci.
What?
Blah 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 blah. Dialogue, trash dialogue. Suddenly, she felt it. She had a chance. A chance to prove herself. A chance to show that she is nobility. A chance to prove she isn't a complete failure. Luis shouted with determination. My servant that exists somewhere in this vast universe. Blah blah blah, he was being Breckened. Blah blah blah, it was a circle of prana. No wait, it wasn't prana. But it was still beckoning him. It's a gateway. Greetings, hero. I am Gaia. So this is Gaia. What are you here for, Gaia? I am here to explain to you the strange phenomena in front of you. What is the strange phenomena in front of me? It is a gateway to another world. Blah,
Somehow
blah,
I'm pretty sure the
blah.
Throne of Heroes wouldn't be quite so blasé.
Blah, blah, blah. Literally, it says blah, blah in this dialogue.
No, I know. I was annoyed at that. Like I'm pretty sure something in charge of caring for all the heroic spirits throughout the entire world would have a little bit of a sense of ceremony.
Anyway, so blah, blah, blah. If you go through this gateway, you will no longer be a hero in the Throne of Heroes. Wait, that's all? Yeah, I tried so hard to get you riled up. No questions? Nothing? No, I don't have questions for you. What if I told you the circle's a summoning circle? Someone out there is calling for you, Karna. To summon a full heroic spirit, not in a container, was a feat nearly unheard of. Again, keep in mind, this is Gaia saying this. Yes, that is the reaction I want. Someone has managed to hack into Alea. It is now requesting your summon. Yes, a request! Exclamation point. It's a choice! Exclamation point. Ah ha 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 ha! Ah ha 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 ha! Ah ha 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 ha! Exclamation point. For God's sake, says Gaia. For God's sake! Exclamation point. Whoever is hacking into me has me completely unable to resist. But
I have
instead of
found that I've
grabbing
been
my
summoned.
heroic spirits like it should be, it's offering you a choice. How hilarious! Exclamation point.
How bad is the trash, boys?
Well, Luis just hacked Gaia from Fate's Stay Night, and apparently Gaia not only gained a personality, but also gained a body and a personality, and she's the Joker from Batman.
Which is nowhere near that interesting.
What? Just... Huh?
That is an acceptable reaction.
Yes.
There... I know the words that you're saying, but when you put them together, it just kind of doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
It's like that... that one fucking gif.
That being almost doubled
like-
with laughter, however, Karna knew it was
I
furious.
saw that going differently in my head.
Furious that its defenses were so easily broken, uncertain what the perpetrator's motives were. A counterforce is never uncertain. It simply does not happen since it has direct access to the planet's Akashic records, which includes all possible branches of the future. Oh, yes, of course. The crisis in question is not recorded in the Akashic records. Or this planet's records, at least. So you going? I doubt you'll be able to come back easily. Besides being removed from the Throne of Heroes, you know what that means. You'll never exist again. Harner knows. It means his deeds will be forgotten. Also, this is a really blasé Gaia. Jesus Christ.
That's what I was saying. It's way too blasé.
It means his deeds will be forgotten. His mythology, his self, his record will be
That's
wiped
not.
from the
That's.
world.
I'm pretty sure that's not how the throne works.
That's
because
not
even
how
if
the throne
someone
works
gets
at all. No.
removed from the throne, it's
No.
not like
No.
history gets undone.
Yeah.
This is true. History does not get undone at the...
No, that's
Snap
not how
of
the throne
fingers.
works in the slightest.
If you leave the throne, you get deleted from history.
No, I'm pretty like what will happen is actually if you leave the throne, you can never be summoned again. That's
or
probably
more
what would
likely,
happen.
what's going to happen
I'm
is.
surprised they haven't tried to do a King Under the Mountain type
Well,
thing.
no, it'd be more like if you leave the throne, then, you know, a copy of you will be left here, but you can never return.
Yeah.
Why
Because
not
again,
even for that? Like,
as the throne is so fond of
your
pointing out,
soul might just be gone. Period. Like,
we say, as people are so fond of pointing out, when they kill the heroic spirits off, they're justifying killing them so they can get their wish. You're not real. You won't remember any of this anyway.
Well, I mean, it's not only that, Max. Even if it is a soul from the throne itself, people like Jack Slash, who didn't exist, were created by the belief that Jack the Ripper existed. Like, heroic spirits were created from the
No.
belief that that person actually existed.
no, the Ripper they think existed. They're not certain. They never found him. There was a serial killer. But
Okay,
they
yeah,
never
no,
found
no,
him.
but Max, I'm talking
obviously-
about the Nasuverse version of the world. It is
Yes, no,
canonical
I'm-
that there is no body to Jack the Ripper. That's why Jack the Ripper is a little girl. She is a lost soul that got infused with humanity's belief of Jack the Ripper.
Yes, I'm aware of that. But you were explaining it like Jack the Ripper was a complete myth.
In Nasuverse, it is.
Yeah, Sneaky. he's just
No,
saying-
it's. I don't think he's understanding what I'm saying.
neither of you is going to understand each other.
No,
Move
I
along.
understand what he's saying. He's not hearing what he's not hearing what I am saying. Oh fuck.
You should be used to that.
No, you're saying that Jack the Ripper was an actual person in Nasuverse, but the myth was separate from the person because they never found the body or whatever. And what I'm saying is that wouldn't matter. Because there's plenty of anonymous heroes like the Assassin, who nobody
No.
knew the actual identities
is-
of.
That is not what I am saying.
Okay, then what are you saying, Max?
You were treating Jack the Ripper as a complete myth in the Nasiverse. Jack the Ripper was still a person, but because there was no body, that's why.
That's what I
it's
just
little
said,
Jackie.
Max!
Except,
Oh my god.
Sneaky, say what you said again, very slowly.
If Jack the Ripper was anything but a myth in the Nasuverse, there would be a soul with Jack the Ripper's deeds. And because the assassin existed and no one knew the identity of the assassin, there was still a body that the assassin had and a soul that went with it that could be summoned. The assassin existed as a heroic spirit. Jack the Ripper does not have a soul to attach the myth to, so it interacted with a lost soul of a girl who died, and she got infused with the myth of Jack the Ripper.
I think what he's saying is that the idea of Jack the Ripper effectively merged with someone because there technically wasn't a Jack the Ripper. I think that's
Okay,
what he's
I
saying.
think there's a phrasing issue here.
I am not
But let's
fluent
make
in
this
Sneaky.
more fucked up. It's not just Jackie. There's a couple hundred kids tied to that myth. Sorry, tied to the story of Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
Yay, Fate Apocrypha.
And this
Yay,
is why
Peter.
we should. This is why we should just stick to talking about Best Girl Mordred.
But anyway,
But Zach, that's heresy.
point being is that something that didn't have a soul attached to it in its myth ended up getting a soul attached to the myth through happenstance. So, if all of the knowledge of Karna still exists, which it does because India is still a country, even if Karna left...
I've never seen India. I'm not convinced India exists, Sneaky.
I'm convinced India exists, but only because of the memes.
So all I'm saying is if Karna left, if his soul left the Throne of Heroes, I'm pretty sure there would still at least be the echo of Karna there, or some other soul would be infused and fulfill his place. Like, I'm just saying the history wouldn't be erased, that whole thing would still be there, Karna would still be a summonable servant. Because there's still the belief that he existed.
I
do have one quick question.
I feel like Nasu probably actually has answered this question.
Probably.
I feel like
But-
this isn't Fable's levels of everything exists, but yeah.
It's Nasuverse. Everything
So-
exists.
This is a side question that I was just thinking about.
Yeah.
Let's say someone participates in a Holy Grail War twice.
Right.
Is there anything stopping them from using the relic they used last time to get the same schmuck?
No. But,
No, that's
however...
actually, no, that's why That's why Artorias showed up
No.
for Shiro.
Well, yes, technically.
No, but I was referring to specifically the same person.
Yes, that is the exact same saber.
Yes, but
Like,
Saber
no,
is
No,
special.
no, Max. I meant the same summoner. Not the summoned, the summoner.
Yeah, the
Well, if the
summoner...
Grail shows you again, yes.
Yeah,
There's no reason.
If Ilya is in the 6th Grail War, somehow, and she has the slab she used to summon Hercules the Berserker with, she can use that slab again to get her Hercules with the Berserker with. But the thing is that the heroic spirits aren't aware of any previous incarnation of them from any of the previous Grail Wars.
Right, I know that. I knew that.
Arturia is special.
Wasn't that kind of a plot point?
Yes, Arturia is special because technically she never died.
Which is why she was able to retain the memories of the previous Grail War.
Exactly.
Yeah, because the
So-
Grail got fucked up. She just sort of, I guess, technically dispersed.
See, the thing is, she made a deal with Alea to not die in exchange for becoming not the King of Britain. Or something like that. And so Alea, put her in the Throne of Heroes, but she was still alive. So, she just wasn't a soul, and she got... Look, Nasuverse is confusing.
Yes, very much so. But so then, let's say at the end of the Grail War, the individual chooses to not kill their heroic spirit, so they don't get anyway. Then in the next Grail War, would their heroic servant come back with those memories?
Well, if
Since
they
they
don't
wouldn't
kill,
die.
well, see, the thing is, if they don't kill the heroic spirit, if they have enough mana to, they can maintain them throughout the entire time.
Yeah, like
that's what happened with Gilgamesh. Is Gilgamesh fed on the souls of suffering, dying orphans in the basement of a
You're
church?
not pronouncing it right, Sneaky.
Which again, we find out actually that was completely unnecessary.
Which, yeah. Apparently,
that's
he just
just a
likes
dick.
orphan tears.
The horrors of independent action rank A+.
Yeah. But the thing is that technically speaking, someone could summon another Gilgamesh in the Fifth War. Technically speaking.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and we actually do have interactions between different versions of Gilgamesh too. Like Kid Gilgamesh, has interacted with adult Gilgamesh and just straight
Well,
up said,
that's a
"Wow."
little bit different because it's not Gilgamesh. Like yes, it is Gilgamesh, but it's Kid Gilgamesh versus adult Gilgamesh, wherein there is a difference.
But it's still essentially the same thing. You can have different time versions. Like theoretically, the Fifth War could have been all Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh has like 3 or 4 different classes.
Gilgamesh.
Oh no, Gilgamesh! I'm pretty sure the
we-
wiki just straight up says because of how bullshit he is, he can just show up as any class.
Yes, he can. There's a caster class. There is
Those
I know
Berserker,
there's caster, there's archer, there's saber,
like
Lancer.
fucking
rider.
Yeah.
Shit's weird, fam.
Oh boy! Oh
yes,
Berserker
Pedro, I'm
Gilgamesh would
aware.
be
I'm aware I didn't
impossible
explain
to
it well,
do.
Fate
Pedro,
Stay
thank you.
Gilgamesh, yes.
But yeah.
Basically, the takeaway
I
from
want to
this
no.
is
Listen, I want to see that. I want to see Fate, just Fate/Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh summons Gilgamesh to fight Gilgamesh.
But he
Who
would
is
just keep
summoned by
saying
another
Gilgamesh.
Oh boy.
A team Grail War of Gilgameshes.
Yeah.
Would,
that-
Gilgamesh
Gilgamesh
High?
What's the plural of Gilgamesh?
What's the
Would
plural
Gilgamesh's
of
stand be
Gilgamesh?
Gilgamesh?
Gills? I don't know.
This is a
It's
serious
still
question I'm asking
bachelor.
you, Max, that needs to
What?
be answered.
What?
Would Gilgamesh's stand be Gilgamesh?
Yes, of course.
No, I could just imagine all the Gilgameshes going, "We will not fight each other."
No, I can absolutely see every single Gilgamesh fighting each other because they are the true Gilgamesh.
I would say, here's the thing: it'd be a
Actually,
coin toss. They'd either all get along, or they would all fight to the death. Like no question.
Actually no, straight up, here's what would happen. They look at Archer Gilgamesh, say, "Wow, we grew up into an asshole," and just be disappointed. That's what happens with Kid Gil, at least. Like, wow, I'm an asshole. What the fuck happened?
Well, to be fair, his only friend in the world got murdered.
No. This was before he made friends with Enkidu. So, like,
Archer Gil?
no, Kid Gil was before he made friends with Enkidu.
Right? No,
Like,
I know.
All the other versions of Gil we've seen are before Enkidu is killed. So they're all still fairly decent rulers and good people at heart.
They're just colossal bags.
Like, I'm pretty sure Caster Gil, where he's friends with Enkidu, is like, I'm cocky, but I'm not an asshole quite yet. I'm not
Quite yet.
I'm not
He's
Archer
not-
Gilgamesh.
He's not quite an asshole. He's an asshole. He just hasn't reached that point of maximum assholishness.
Shiro Amiya being summoned as all the servants of Fate's Day Night. That is also
I
completely
mean-
possible.
Very, very possible.
Because he can summon lances and swords and daggers.
I am Ruler Shiro? What are you? I'm Shielder Shiro. I only use row A's.
It's actually broken. I summon one of the most powerful shields of mythology. Could you not?
Oh my
sir?
god! No, that would actually
I
be the
summon
best.
Shiro in attack
No,
mode.
no, this would actually be the best fic in which Archer Shiro is still Archer Shiro. You know, counter hero Emiya. He's coming into the 5th realm where he's like, yeah, I'm gonna murder myself, and now, oh yeah, I'm gonna fight the Lancer, and that's me. That's me using Lancer's lance. What?
Yo.
The Grail Ward decides to fuck over Shiro one more
God.
time by
And
making
then
him
we-
fight like
Oh,
versions
God.
of himself.
See,
Yeah, no.
all I
And then we
want.
just have the question, like, what happens when 7 reality marbles go off that are the exact same in
Unlimited
close
blade
proximity?
works! They all shout together.
Magic.
Swords, lances, shields!
They just fucking start the aria, and they're all like, oh god, I could take them out now, but if I stop, they might get me.
Sneaky.
Just
All I can see is just off in the
7-way
corner,
mix-
Zeech
Oh, man.
just shaking his head in confusion. What is
Actually,
this?
actually, it occurs to me, the only 2 classes that wouldn't have a Shiro are probably Berserker and Caster, and even then, Caster would be the only one that wouldn't have a Shiro. So it's just Medea like, what do I even do? Do I stop this? Do I
What
let
do
this
I
No,
do?
no,
So what do I
Medea,
do
no,
about this?
no, Medea would have a Shiro too, because Assassin Shiro would be one that picked up his father's path.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's how you fuck with
A
it.
Shiro for every flavor
just
of
summon
Grim.
Kiritsugu Assassin. It's just
Dad?
like-
Who
Son?
the fuck are you?
Welcome to the final boss fight, son.
Son? No,
Welcome-
son,
hope you got-
parentheses, S, parentheses, question mark.
No, Kiritsu, that'd be great. Kiritsu, he sees like Archer Emiya, and he's like, "Is that my kid?" Then scope pans right. Is that also my son?
kid?
Cuts to Morgan.
Fucking-
Is that my son? No, that's my daughter.
No,
Also,
no,
she's
and no,
my son.
Caster Shiro would definitely be a Shiro that can create magical items that cast spells, and that's all he would do. He would be
Actually,
the
sorry.
D&D Munchkin that summons wands that cast spells.
I'm sorry. I just realized Archer Shiro is technically already Caster.
Well, me,
Yeah.
yes, technically.
Because he just creates them. Oh my god, there's a Shiro for every class.
Thank you, Unlimited Blade Works Abridged. Now I'm gonna go fight Caster. You won't kill him, Caster. Wait, you're me. Of course I'm me. Bitch, I'm fabulous. He's wearing Caster's outfit though.
Oh god. Oh, I don't want to see that.
Yeah,
And
Caster
this is
Shiro.
why you're not allowed, and this is why you're not allowed to build a deck with just Shiros.
Caster Shiro is the one who actually ended up somewhat successful,
Wait, Sneaky. Question.
I guess.
What color would a Shiro deck be in Magic?
Oh, or absolutely artifact. Gray.
Oh yeah. My first thought was red.
Okay, when you
And
said
black.
artifact, I had a very different reaction to that. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about artifact for?"
I just.
All I'm saying is the
Oh
only
my
thing I
God.
want from Fate, I want to see Mordred fight Arturia.
And
I don't
all
care who
Shiro
wins,
Holy
I
Grail War
just want
become-
to see that.
That's actually that's where the Food Wars crossover comes in Nexus.
What's the food anime where they like eat
Food
the
Wars.
food
I
and
just told you.
defeat them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's just Food
Food,
Wars.
yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah. It's just Shokugeki no Soma, Food Wars. That's it. It's actually really fun, but oh god, it's
Well, no, clearly it wouldn't be a cooking battle. It would be a house cleaning battle.
yeah. Okay.
Oh god,
so for
poor
the-
Sakura.
Which of these two fighters
Oh,
will emerge
poor
victorious?
Sakura! She summoned Shiro Rider! And she's just like... Senpai is calling me master!
I didn't
I th-
need the mental image, thanks.
I think the poor girl would
Yeah,
actually.
Yarai
break.
Sakura activated!
I really didn't need that image, thanks.
Oh god.
And then she meets
Thanks
all
for
the
the
other
mental scars,
Shiros.
Sneaky, you sack of shit.
So, the
Wait,
entire story is
wait.
actually a reverse harem with
Okay.
Sakura.
Hang on.
Oh, what have you done? What have we done?
Rider might be the only class that Shiro can't be summoned in. I just realized. Does he have any ability with vehicles at all?
I mean, technically, if he can
Well,
drive
I mean,
a car,
actually, technically speaking, if he traces the vehicle, he gets the vehicle's history and can pull the skills from the vehicle of its past. So, yeah.
oh god, can you imagine that? He just
What-
grabs
what-
he just
what-
grabs
oh.
a drag racer.
God, what if he can actually trace vehicles, but he can only trace military hardware
They have to
because
have
it's defined as a weapon?
Shiro. Yes. Why does the military jeep have a bayonet on it? Well, it has to be a sword.
Drive me closer. I want to hit them with my sword,
Sneaky.
Private.
Sneaky.
the
Why is there an
Indian
M1
rail-
Abrams with
Oh,
swords on the
C8,
front?
what have
Why
you
is
given
there
me?
a bayonet attached to the front of the M1 Abrams cannon? For melee!
Guys, I'm technically a melee unit. Trust me. It means I can go into battle with 15 less points. I can bring more Bane Blades.
Oh, that's fan in Nexus.
Because you always want to bring more Bane Blades.
That's specifically a
Yes.
gamer Shiro fan.
Okay, well, C8 has given us the Emiya Grail War.
I feel that we know what we have to
Oh.
do, Sneaky.
Oh, God.
It
Oh.
starts as a crack fic.
I'm not
overall.
helping with this story. I'm already trying to do my story, and it's hard to do.
Oh
okay?
no. By the way, hold on. First, we have to do what we summoned Nosehair here for.
Oh,
Sneaky.
God.
Oh, fine.
Do we have to?
We're
Why
paid
did you-
for it.
Why did you summon me?
You'll see.
You're
Wait.
reading a Bernie Madoka fic.
Oh god.
Why?
Because
Fuck
we got
you.
paid and we transferred the responsibility to you.
Because we got paid and we're
Where
socializing
is
the
it?
responsibility to you. I put
Where
it in
is
the
it?
chat.
Alright. Birdie Magica. Who found this?
You're getting your money, tension.
C8, I believe.
Tension?
The Brazilian.
Who found this again?
The Brazilian.
Who just found it? Who is that again?
C8.
You
Pedro.
are not banning or muting or using your mod powers. Get cracking.
What? No, I would never do that. Never. I would never ever do that ever.
Whatever you say, Mr. Clinton.
Alright, I'm not actually gonna kick you. Alright. Alright, here we go, lads. Bernie Magica. He has a loving family and best friends, laughs and cries from time to time. Bernie Sanders, an 8th grader of the hold up. Hold the fuck up.
Are you okay?
Why are you using this picture? And I guess that's kind of the only picture really anyone even has them. All right, I'll let that slide.
Yeah. Also, I believe that this fic is illegal, isn't it?
No, person
oh,
fiction
no.
is legal.
Oh, I thought it
is-
was
It's
illegal. And
creepy.
they get rid of,
Oh, no,
they get
no,
it-
don't get me wrong. It is illegal, but there's an entire real person fanfiction section created by fanfiction.net, even if it's against their own rules. So,
Is one of those that lives.
That
Okay.
makes.
I'm
no
going to continue.
sense.
Is one of those
Go ahead.
those who lives such a life. One day he had a very capitalistic encounter. He doesn't know if it happened by chance or by fate yet. It is a fateful encounter that can change his destiny. This is the beginning of the election. Here we go,
Oh
boys.
god.
And with that, I'm officially announcing my candidacy for class president. Bernie Sanders beamed at his classmates from the front of the room. Most didn't seem to care about his speech on the evils of capitalism in their school, but his best friend, Joe Biden, clapped for him.
Go on.
You know what? I'm not going to question it. His teacher frowned and motioned for him to return to his seat. That's great, Sanders, but you're only supposed to solve the equation on the board. Bernie blushed as his peers snickered quietly. He had gotten carried away again, warning everyone that they shouldn't worship money like a golden idol. Is this a daily occurrence, Bernie? Do we need to have a talk? Moving on, said the teacher as Bernie sat down. We have a transfer student joining us today. I'm sure you'll all give him a warm welcome. It's Trump. I'm gonna guess right now, I'm not looking ahead, it's Trump. A boy entered the classroom. Bernie found himself staring at the new student's beautiful... Yep, it's a toupee. It's Trump. Okay. We're off to a great start, everybody, in the stream. I'm hoping you're loving this. You paid for this, and I hope you enjoy the suffering of everyone involved. Also, fuck you. Alright. I feel like I've seen that wig before, he thought to himself. The boy cleared his throat. My name's Donald, but you can call me Mr. Trump. I'm richer than all of you suckers combined. I can't do a Trump voice. Don't ask me to. He started pulling $100 bills out and rubbing them all over his face while chuckling menacingly. Cool. Bernie nearly choked. The new boy, Trump, was a filthy capitalist, just his luck, and here he hoped he'd be able to make a new friend. Oh, and by the way, Donald gave Bernie a piercing glare, I'll be the next class president. Looks like you don't Sanders a chance in this election.
Boo!
That sounds like a middle school insult, so that's actually kind of cool that he did that, because that definitely sounds like a middle school level insult. So good on you, author, for having the mental capacity of a 12-year-old. The entire room erupted with laughter, including the teacher. You see, Don would continue while still rubbing cash all over himself. It's like, stand a chance, but I use your name instead because you won't win because I'm rich. And then you took all of that goodwill and just threw it in his... Okay. Bernie couldn't believe it. His dreams were being crushed before his eyes by the thing he despised the most, the 1%. A few hours had passed since the incident, and Joe Biden was attempting to comfort Bernie outside the school. Even if he is disgustingly rich, I'm sure everybody won't buy into his scheme, Joe said while patting Bernie on the head. They'll all be feeling the burn in no time. Just you wait. Thanks, Joe. I know I can count on you, he replied, somewhat comforted, but still unsure of himself. Joe grinned. Of course, I was the last class president's assistant after all. I know how the voters think. He checked his watch. Oh man, I gotta go. You just watch out and be careful of that Trump. Joe's expression grew serious. He's definitely up to no good, and that stunt there only proves he sees you as a threat. So the fact that he was rubbing his money on his face didn't clue you off, but the insult did?
Yes.
Joe,
I mean, look, if I had a giant piles of money, you can bet I'd be walking around rubbing them on my face. Like, I don't have to worry about bills.
You know what? I'm not gonna question it. Bernie thanked him for the advice, and his friend left with a wave. He turned to leave the school grounds as well, but a dark figure blocked his path. Bernie's blood ran cold as he saw the familiar blonde toupee. Trump's eyes bore into him. Sanders, we need to talk. About what? Stammered Bernie as he searched desperately for an escape route. There are things you don't know about yet. Things about me, yourself, and even this world. But I'm here to give you a warning. Donald Trump walked close until Bernie had to look up to see his face. We have a disaster called the Big Lie. Obamacare. It's going to get worse because remember, Obama care really kicks in 2016. Obama's going to be out playing golf. He might be on one of my courses. I would invite him. I actually would say I have the best course in the world. And so I'd say you would what? If he wants to. I have one right next to the White House, right on the Potomac. If you'd like to play, that's fine.
Potomac.
I don't care.
It's one of our rivers.
I don't care. As Bernie attempted to make sense of all that, Trump continued. You know, Bernie, I'm glad that you at least didn't understand that as much as I did, because that was just fucking nonsense. Although it's sort of close to some of the things he said, so I won't.
Enough with the color commentary. On with the story.
With this entire series is literally nothing but color commentary sometimes, and you know it.
Yeah, I know. But that's our job. Your job is to read.
I will be the greatest jobs president that God has ever created. And you, Sanders, shouldn't get in my way. He shoved Bernie aside and strode away, leaving him reeling. What could any of that possibly mean? Who was this strange, wealthy, balding boy? Bernie collapsed to his knees in despair. If Trump made a meaningless yet awe-inspiring speech like that in the election, he wouldn't even need his amounts of cash. The presidency would be his. Visions of Trump-controlled class overcame him. Overpriced textbooks, expensive student loans, walls closing their classroom off from the rest of the school. A tear dripped out of Bernie's eye, just as he wouldn't even need his. Oh, whoops! I missed a spot. Just as he thought he should give up on his campaign entered his mind, Bernie heard a voice. If you give up, it's over. But you have the power to change this destiny. All this tragedy, all this capitalism. You can change it if you want. If QB doesn't have a Stalin mustache, I'm gonna be mad. The power to do so lies within you. He looked up to see a white, cat-like animal watching him, perched on a nearby wall. Its tails flicked back and forth as it waited for his response. I can change it? Yes, too shaken up by the day's events to even question what was happening. Even someone like me can do something to help. Can I really change how this ends? Of course you can, Bernie Sanders. The strange animal's round eyes shone red. Just make a contract with me and become a magical girl. No mustache, 0 out of 10, worst story.
And we're done.
Yeah, we're done here. Yeah. Alright, so see you all
Cool.
next time. So I did get a little bit of information back from my boss. We are starting Friday at the normal time. It is the Friday in 10 days that is going to be the Tuesday time.
Speaking of which, I will not be able to make that one. I have to work a midnight shift.
Delete yourself. Alright, so we will see you
I
next
will also
time.
not be there.
I hope
Sorry.
you all enjoyed it. I hope it penetrated your soul with its meaty blades of emotional distress. We will see you all next time, because there is always more, and it always will get worse.